untouchable just because his dad is T.I. Shockingly, Ty defended his son's behavior instead of holding him accountable, which only fueled the image of King being entitled. Yeah, man. It's a lot about that TV show, man, that got people confused because, I live with my grandma. You know, we'll go to the house on like a weekend. They'll say, hey, we shooting today. We need y'all at the house. Yeah. Come. Get me from my grandma house. Then came the controversy with the homeless man when King offered $50 if he could survive, eating a banned chip without water for 5 minutes. The man was clearly suffering, but instead of showing empathy, King laughed it off and treated it like entertainment. Fans dragged him online, but King refused to apologize, standing by his actions like he was too important to admit fault. And now after the Falcons game meltdown, King has been accusing T of abandoning him in the hood and even abusing him. A claim that many fans dismissed as clout chasing since King grew up with a millionaire father in a gated estate. Okay, so I would say what hurt me would be like I'm honestly like my mom being like with Tip all the time. Damn. Like time, snap that. Not time that. I feel like even now and today, like that's how it is. Like they're just tied to the hip. But now I'm grown, so it's like I can't really. But it's like they rather go places with each other. So anytime he got to go, she got to go. She got to go, he go. It's just like... But receipts started surfacing showing that King actually spent most of his childhood living with his grandmother in the hood. Even though his parents had money, that twist caught everyone off guard. It turned out King was different from other kids in the neighborhood because his parents spoiled him with everything. But he still didn't grow up under T's roof. In fact, King himself admitted that he only really saw his dad when it was time to film the family's reality show, Family Hustle. Once the camera shut off, he'd go right back to living with his grandma. And he wasn't the only child who felt left out. Reports say none of T's kids actually lived with him full-time. They just came around for the show. Even Zonique, Tiny's daughter, revealed she mostly lived with her grandmother, while T and Tiny were busy traveling together and enjoying their own life. With all this, fans started calling out T for neglecting his kids behind the scenes while presenting a picture-perfect family on TV. And that's when the biggest bomb dropped. Rumors that King had confided in friends that T wasn't this biological father at all. According to these whispers, that's why King gets so angry when T shows him love in public. It feels fake because behind the scenes, their bond isn't the same. To make it worse, pictures of a man named B. Anthony went viral online, and fans couldn't help but notice the striking resemblance between him and King. The internet went into overdrive speculating about whether Tiny had ties to B and whether this was the real father. Behind King Harris's identity crisis, suddenly, the storyline wasn't just about a rebellious son acting out. It was about family secrets, hidden truths, and a young man growing up feeling like an outsider in his own home despite being born into fame and fortune. And that's the tragedy here. King might be living with money all around him, but his upbringing split between the hood with his grandma and the spotlight of his parents' fame left him scarred and searching for answers. The deeper you look into King Harris' story, the more it starts to sound like a messy reality show playing out in real life. After that Falcons game clash, the conversation shifted from spoiled celebrity kid to broken family secrets, and people can't stop dissecting it. King's claim that he was left in the hood while his dad lived a luxurious lifestyle has people split down the middle. On one hand, fans say he's exaggerating to build his rap persona, trying to sell himself as a street-raised underdog in the music industry. On the other hand, footage and family testimonies paint a different picture. King really did spend most of his childhood in the hood with his grandmother, and his connection with T.I. seemed more like an occasional TV appearance than a day-to-day father-son relationship. That alone already created tension, but when you add in whispers that T might not be his real father, things explode into full-blown scandal. King's outbursts, like when he blasted Ty with, "Stop making the world think you with me when you don't," suddenly hit different when people believe there's truth behind the rumor. And the internet detectives wasted no time digging up comparisons, pulling up photos of Banthony next to King Harris. And the resemblance is undeniable. Fans started posting side-by-side pictures with captions like, "Y'all telling Methis ain't King's real daddy?" And the comment section went wild. But here's the craziest part. Tiny King's mom has never publicly addressed this connection, leaving the speculation to grow unchecked. If she had come forward with a clear denial, maybe the noise would have died down, but silence only fueled the fire. Meanwhile, King isn't doing himself any favors with how he carries himself in public. From belittling Waffle House workers to staging that cruel chip challenge with a homeless man, his actions keep making him look like a reckless kid chasing attention instead of a young man finding his voice. Critics say he acts out just to trend, hoping it will push his rap career forward. But others argue that it's the pain-speaking pain from not having a stable father figure and constantly trying to prove he's tough enough to survive on his own. You can feel that inner conflict whenever he screams, "I stand on business," like it's a shield to hide behind. It's almost as if King is desperate for respect, not just from strangers, but from his own father. The Falcons game scene made that crystal clear. King shouting, Ty checking him, and the headlock that turned into the meme of the week. To the public, it looked like discipline gone wrong. To King, it felt like humiliation. That's why his Instagram rant afterward cut so deep. He basically told the world he feels like a mistake, a child only acknowledged for the cameras, not out of love. And let's not forget, King isn't the only one with grievances. Zanique once said she stayed with her grandma because her mom and T were always too busy traveling. That paints a picture of parents who built their empire while the kids had to figure life out without steady guidance. Fans who grew up watching Family Hustle are now realizing that the happy family they saw on VH1 might have been more smoke and mirrors than reality. And that revelation stings because people invested in that image for years. What really takes this to another level is how T himself has handled it. Sometimes he defends King like in the Waffle House incident, brushing off his son's disrespect like it was nothing. Other times he's quick to discipline him publicly like at the Falcons game, leaving King feeling singled out. That inconsistency just makes the rift bigger. Add in the rumor about paternity, and suddenly every gesture looks suspicious. When T hugs King on camera, critics say it's fake. When King lashes out, they say he's exposing the truth. It's a cycle of mistrust, and it keeps spilling out online for everyone to see. And don't think the rap community hasn't noticed. King's rap career has been overshadowed by all this family drama. Instead of being judged on his bars, people judge him on whether he's truly from the streets, whether he's entitled, and whether his father is even who we think it is. The skepticism is so heavy that it's shaping his image before his music can even breathe. Some say this is the curse of growing up with celebrity parents. No matter what you do, the public already has a story written for you. But in King's case, the story is being written with rumors of betrayal, absent parenting, and questions of identity. That's heavy baggage for a young artist trying to make his own mark. Now the big question is, where does King Harris go from here? His story has turned into more than just family drama. It's become a case study in what happens when fame, money, and broken bonds collide. On paper, King should have had the perfect life. His father is a legendary rapper. His mother is a successful singer, and the Harris family name is known all over the culture. But their reality paints a different picture. Growing up between two worlds, the hood with his grandma and the spotlight of Tian Tiny's fame left him with an identity crisis that keeps spilling over in public. One day he's flaunting his status as a rapper's son. The next he's trying to convince the world he's a product of the struggle. That contradiction confuses fans, but it also gives insight into why King lashes out. He's trying to craft a narrative that feels true to him, even if it doesn't match the life people think he had. And this might explain why he's drawn to conflict and chaos. It keeps the attention on him while he sorts through who he really is. But let's not ignore the elephant in the room, the rumor that Ty might not be his biological father. Whether it's true or not, it's already shaping how people view their relationship. Every hug, every argument, every Instagram rant, it's all filtered through the lens of doubt. If King really feels that Ty isn't his dad, then his rebellious behavior starts to look less like immaturity and more like resentment that's been building for years. Think about it. Being told the world sees Ty as your father while feeling abandoned or neglected behind the scenes is enough to spark the kind of anger we keep seeing from him. Their semblance between King and Banthany only added fuel to the fire, giving people proof they could rally behind. And in today's internet age, once fans believe something, it spreads like wildfire. For King, this means every move he makes is dissected. Not just as a young rapper trying to blow up, but not just as a